Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Believe it or not, y'all, life has always been kind of tough for me, man. Nothing ever really just came easy and natural to me. Believe it or not, nothing ever really just came easy and natural. I don't know if y'all can relate or not, but, you know, even in terms of working out, like when I was like 12, 13 years old, I was a kid with a big head, slim body, and didn't have a whole lot of self-confidence. You know, I had been playing football, but, you know, outside of football, I really didn't have confidence outside of playing football on the field. But I still didn't look like a football player, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until I started lifting weights when I moved with my dad when I was like 12, 13 years old. And that's when I started hitting the weights, because my dad thought I was lifting weights so I could, you know, excel in playing football. But shit, I was lifting weights because I wanted to be able to talk to my crush in school, in middle school. And so, you know, it was tough though. Like the same type of things that y'all experienced, the soreness, the stress of lifting weights, and just the discomfort. I went through it all. You know, even the cardio, I hated every time I still do cardio, I still don't like it. And it just never came easy to me. Even in terms of like building my business, especially this online business. Oh my goodness. It's been years. You know, I've invested tens of thousands of dollars into different business coaches. And you see, I don't know if y'all seen my following lately, but it's like 60,000 plus right now. We're closing in on like 65K. But when I first started, you know, I was posting like almost every day, man. And I was getting no traction for years. No traction for years, y'all. And, you know, I was just so disappointed. I'm like, damn, why do some people, you know, you have these fitness professionals, they come into the business of wanting to have a fitness business, and they just pop off right away. I just see people, they get in, 3-4 months in, boom, they got 100,000 followers. Boom, they got 50,000 followers. But my ass, it took me years, 4 or 5 years to get to 65,000. You see what I'm saying? And so shit has just never come easy for me. And even dating, like that didn't come easy. I had to learn. You know, you would think that, you know, your parents or buddies that you know, they would like, you know, freshen you up on, hey man, here's how you talk. Here's how you get some game. Shit, I ain't getting none of that. You know what I'm saying? I had to do my own research. And even during COVID, I almost went broke straight up during COVID because obviously the gyms shut down, right? And so I was like, man, what the hell am I gonna do? Imagine if I would have had kids, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I gotta figure something out. And so I wasn't really like a writer, and I went ahead and started studying something that they call copywriting. I'm not talking about legal copywriting, but copywriting is like when you look at websites and shit like that, the words that are on the website or even on flyers, that's called copywriting. Those are words that influence and persuade people to want to buy certain things. You see what I'm saying? And it's not like in a negative way, but it's more so just to like show people, hey, if you're giving people what they want and you're showing them like, okay, here's what you need to do. But the whole story is, long story short, I learned how to do copywriting during COVID. And when I learned how to do copywriting, I learned how to write. And that's what led me to writing my books. Because I used to always be like, man, I know at some point in my life I want to write a book, but shit, I wasn't like the best writer. I ain't know how to really write. Shit, I hated school. I wasn't a good test taker. I took the SATs like 2 or 3 times. Failed all 3 times. And so I'm like, damn. So I had to walk on at a junior college, then transfer to Georgia State. You see what I'm saying? Nothing has ever come easy for me. Like, and you know, I say all that to say, y'all, life some people are just gonna be naturally gifted. Like when I went to high school, with Cam Newton. Naturally gifted. The dude could throw a damn 50, 60-yard bullet. And, you know, there was other guys on the football team, they were just like world-class sprinters. I'm like, Jesus. Like, how the hell I'm going to compete with this? I'm already working hard as hell. I was working like a pro athlete as a kid. As like a 13-year-old, 14, 15, 16-year-old. I was working out like a pro athlete. And I'm like, okay. At some point, it's just certain people are just going to be naturally gifted. But I came to realize that wasn't going to be me. I came to realize I'm going to have to build my life brick by brick. Everything that I do, if I really want to take it to the max, it's going to have to be brick by brick. It ain't going to come naturally. It didn't come easy. It was discomfort. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, okay, if I want to learn how to write, I got to do it brick by brick. And when I say brick by brick, it's a mentality. It's the mentality of having discipline. It's the mentality of knowing that it's not going to happen overnight and we got to be consistent. It's the mentality of knowing that, you know, there's certain people out here, they don't have the best of character, but they're just talented. They're naturally gifted. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that. They don't mean they're a bad person, you know, but it's like some people just got it that way. But I know I didn't. I didn't get those. I wasn't blessed with those talents and skills or all these big muscles. Y'all might think that I just came out my mom's womb with these big old ass muscles. No, I was slim with a big old ass head. Had what they call it, like the hanger shoulders. And so I had to build his body. I had to build his muscle. This took years to get, and years of just looking in the mirror like I don't like the way I'm looking right now. I need to hit the weights on my shoulders a little bit more. All right, I need to start hitting my biceps a little bit more. All right, I need to start squatting a little bit more so my legs match my upper body. You see what I'm saying? Self-analyzing, being hyper-aware, but I had to do it brick by brick. Discipline with hitting the gym. Discipline with eating properly. Discipline with getting sleep. That way I'm not just looking good, but I'm feeling good. And so how does this relate to your life? Because a lot of times people want to know that they can lose that weight real fast. I seen somebody on social media the other day. She was like a nice little attractive girl, but she hadn't gained a lot of weight. And she was like, damn, why it take so long to lose this weight? Man, liposuction sound real good right now. Lipo sound real good. The thing is, a lot of people think that it needs to happen fast. And if it doesn't happen fast, they find themselves getting disappointed, frustrated, and they just fall off and quit. But the truth is, some people are going to drop weight quickly. But that's not the majority. That's not the majority. And the people who do drop weight quick, sometimes they starving themselves. That's why I tell y'all, run your own motherfucking race. Because you might have somebody who dropped 20 pounds in a month, but you don't know what they did to get that type of result. They might have gave up all the food that they really enjoy eating. They might have really didn't eat nothing. They might just drink water and juice, juice smoothies all day. Who the hell want to do that for the rest of their life? I want to be able to eat good food and drop weight. And so the journey is going to be different. But at the end of the day, if you say to yourself, it's very important to me to lose this weight. It's important for me to lose this weight so I could be around for my family. It's important for me to lose this weight so I can feel proud about myself when I look at myself in the bathroom mirror, when I put on my favorite clothes, or when I just put on clothes in general. When I look in my closet, you know, I'm not feeling frustrated. I'm not worrying about my health. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling self-conscious about how my body looking, right? When we know these things, when we know why we're doing what we're doing, it's easy to build this thing brick by brick. It's easy to build your dream body brick by brick. And I'm not saying the process is gonna be easy, but it's easy from a standpoint of you know why you're doing it. It's way harder to do things, to continue to do things, even when you don't see the results, if you don't know why you're doing it. Like guys, it's plenty of days where I've been like, dang, why the business ain't just exploding like I want it to explode? You know what I'm saying? Why I ain't getting, 10 new clients this week. But I know why I'm doing this. And so I keep on building the business brick by brick, doing my lives, doing my podcast, posting content every single day. I keep showing up for myself. I keep showing up, and so that way I can show up for you guys. I can show up for my family. I can show up for the folks. Shit, your damn kids one day. One day your kids they might need to lose some weight, and all you got to do, hey baby, go on here and go over to Jay Jackson page so he can help you lose that big old ass stomach. Because hopefully at some point you get it, you wrap it around in your mind where you like, okay, I know what I need to do to lose this stomach because I've been listening to Jay Jackson. Well, and then some of y'all will be like, well, shit, let me go ahead and join this coaching program so I can lose it faster so he can give me some structure. And so that way you get the results, and now you live in proof. You the role model, you the example, you the positive role model and example for your kids and your family and the people who depend on you. They see it. You not just some motherfucker out here just talking about it. Ain't none worse than a person who always talking about it, but they ain't being about it. They ain't about that life. You got these parents out here, they big as hell, unhealthy, overweight, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, trying to tell their kid they need to do sports, tell their kids they need to work out. When you go do it, that was your kids. They getting older. They human. They be looking at your ass like, what the hell? I seen some on Instagram one day, and the mom was talking to her son, and her son was all happy at first. He was, I don't know what he was laughing about, but then she was like, son, you want a girlfriend that look like me? And then he walked in real close to her. He was like, Mama, you know I love you. Mama, you know I love you. And she started laughing. She was like, why you get so low like that? Because she was overweight. She was fat. And he was like, Mama, I don't want no overweight girlfriend. I don't want no fat girlfriend. And he a little ass kid. The kid was probably about 7, 8, 6, somewhere in there. And so they are aware. If you're a parent, your kids are very aware of what you're doing. They know if you taking care of yourself. They know if you eating junk food all the time. And all that happens is we get conditioned by our environment, by our parents, by the people that we see growing up. And so if you living like that, what make you think that they not gonna start living like that? What make you think that they not gonna start to develop some of those same habits? But if you living in the right way, even though it ain't gonna always be comfortable, even though it ain't gonna always be convenient, if you got kids, they go see it. They go look up to you. They gonna be like, man, Dad always going to the gym. He always taking care of himself. Man, I want to be like him when I grow up. Man, mama always, my mama's stomach be so flat like that. I gotta make sure my stomach stay flat like that. Man, my parents look so good in their clothes. I want my clothes to fit good like that. But it never happens if you didn't build your life. And that's why I say you gotta build it. You gotta build your body. You gotta build your life, brick by brick. And shit ain't gonna be easy. Most people, they go always fall victim to the most shiny object, give up meat, give up carbs type bullshit on social media. You ain't even gotta do all that. All you gotta do is understand you gotta have structure, right? You gotta have the right strategy and approach for you. That's why I always be like, I do custom programs. That way it supports you, right? And then after that, man, you just gotta be disciplined and build it brick by brick. Every single day, what are the habits that you need to have? Every single week, what are the habits that you need to have to win that day and win that week? That's how you build it brick by brick. All right. Hopefully y'all found this podcast helpful. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you found it helpful, be sure to drop your boy a 5-star review, man, so we can continue to grow the movement. All right, we out of here. Let's go.